Hi kids! It's science time once again with Mom Glai. Are you ready to learn and discover something new today? Well, I have someone here who wants to join us. Let's all say hello to Baby Groot. Hi Baby Groot! So, what are we waiting for? Let's start our lesson. Our lesson for today is about the need to protect and conserve estuaries and intertidal zones. This is quarter 2, week 8. Okay, so of course, before we start our lesson, let's begin with a review. Okay, so what are we going to do with the review? We have to unscramble the letters to form the word being described. Let's start with the first one. Okay, so this one is areas or are areas where salt water and fresh water meets, or in other words, brackish water. Okay, so you have 5 seconds to arrange the letters. Okay, timer starts now. Okay, very good. Time's up. Let's see if you got it correctly. Okay, and the answer is yes, very good. It is estuaries. Can you repeat that once again? Very good. Estuaries. Estuaries are areas where salt water and fresh water meets. Or again, in other words, these is also known as brackish water. So as you can see in the photo or in the picture, we have here the Enchanted River, which can be found in Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur. Okay, so of course we all want to, because if you can see, the picture is very beautiful. Okay, and we all know that the Philippines has a lot of beautiful places and beautiful beaches and rivers, but as of now, because of the pandemic, we are not allowed to go out as much as we want to. So we have to follow the protocols. We have to take care of ourselves first, and hopefully when everything goes back to normal, we can all have a break, maybe have a picnic or a summer outing with the family. Okay, so but before that, right now your focus is to take care of yourself. So before you go out of the house, always remember to wear a face mask, a face shield, and bring alcohol with you. Okay, always wash your hands with soap and water when you come home and take a bath. Okay, sanitize as much as possible. We have to take care of ourselves so that we can also protect our loved ones, and with God's grace, everything will be back to normal. Okay, so now let's continue with the next item. What is the next item? Okay, now this is composed of two words. Okay, and this is an area where the presence of water depends on the tides. Okay, now timer starts now. Okay, time's up, and let's see if you got the answer correctly. Okay, Baby Groot, they have it correct answer. Okay, and the correct answer is intertidal zones. Okay, intertidal zones are areas where the presence of water depends on the tides. Now, as you can see in the photo, again, this is a place in the Philippines. This is Minolok Island, which can be found in El Nido, Palawan. Okay, now let's go on and see the next item. Okay, now this one are organisms that eat food scraps and leftovers. Okay, what kind of organism is this? Okay, timer starts now. Okay, and timer ends now. Okay, and this is, again, good job. Wow, you are on a roll, and this is correct. Your answer is scavengers. Scavengers are organisms or animals that eat food scraps and leftovers. Okay, now as you can see in the photo, this is an example of scavenger, and this is sand flea. Okay, it looks like shrimp, right? Now let's see the next one. The next one are organisms that produce food from sunlight and inorganic substances. These are also the only organism that can make their own food. Now, what is this? Timer starts now. And time is up. Very good. Let's see. Wow, baby Groot, they are really good, right? So, these are producers. Producers have the ability to make their own food, okay? So, usually these are plants, okay? Now, as you can see in the photo, we have here seaweeds, okay? Seaweeds can be eaten, okay? So, usually producers are vegetables and plants, okay? Because they have the ability to make their own food by the process which is known as, yes, that's correct, photosynthesis. Okay, now let's go on and see what is the next item. Now the next item are organisms that eat other organisms. What can this be? Timer ends. Okay, time's up, and the answer is consumers. Good job, that's correct. So consumers can be what we call the herbivore or the omnivores, and also the, what is the last one? The herbivore, the omnivore, and the carnivores. That's correct. Okay, so these are organisms that eat other organisms. It can be plant or the same animals or both. Okay, now we have here in the photo an example of consumer, and this is known as anemone. Can you repeat that? Anemone. Very good. You learned something new today, right? Let's see what is the last item. Okay, wow, that's a very long word. These are organisms that break down into simpler materials, the remains of dead organisms. Okay, so it means that these are all, they break down dead organisms or eat dead organisms. What are these organisms? Timer starts now. Okay, and time's up. And what is your answer? Wow, good job. Your answer is decomposers. Oh, Ruth is very happy over there. Okay, so decomposers are organisms that break down into simpler materials the remains of dead organisms. Okay, and then as you can see in the photo, these are tube worms. Okay, so usually we see worms in dead animals or even in rotten fruits and vegetables, and also with dead remains of humans. Okay, so they decompose the animals or the dead animals or the dead plants or fruits or the rotten fruits and vegetables. Okay, so you did an amazing job. Good job, guys. So I think you learned a lot from our last lesson, and don't worry if you didn't get all the correct answers. You can go back and read your lesson last week if you have some time. Okay, so now let us go on to our lesson. Okay, let's see. Oh, we have here two pictures here. Okay, we have your two photos or two pictures. What can you say about the photo? Yes, that's correct. You can see that the beach is very dirty, very polluted, and there are a lot of stalls that is very near the ocean. Yes. Now, do you think this is an example of protection or taking care of the environment? Yes, that's true. It's not. Okay, so as you can see in the photo, there is really a need to protect estuaries and intertidal zones. Okay, and in here in the Philippines, actually these photos are from the Philippines. Okay, so you see that it's very dirty. The place is very beautiful, but you can see the beauty in the place because it's very dirty and it's very polluted. So what are the things that we can do so that we can protect our environment, our estuaries, our intertidal zones? So as we go on to the lesson with our lessons for today, we will find out what are the things that we can do to help and protect our estuaries and intertidal zones. Okay, so next let's go on to the next one. So like other ecosystems, the estuaries and intertidal zones need to be protected because of the presence of organisms that are dependent on their unique conditions. And you know, the Philippines is rich in different forms of ecosystem because of the presence of so many rivers and long shorelines. Okay, that's why a lot of people want to go here in the Philippines to enjoy the beauty of the place. Okay, so like the Manila Bay, for example, which has both the intertidal zones and estuaries, humans should do action. We all should do actions that will not destroy but support the interactions of the organisms living in the area. So there are a lot of ways of taking care of the environment. Okay, so later on, as a student, as a learner, we can do something. So you will discover how to do something to help protect the estuaries and intertidal zones. Okay, so let's start with learning task number 1. Okay, so for learning task number 1, all you have to do is you have to draw a smiley face on the action or activity that helps protect and conserve the estuaries and intertidal zones, and of course a sad face if it doesn't. Now, you can do this, and please write your answer on your answer sheets that I've provided for you. Okay, you just press the pause button for this video while you're answering. Okay, and then after you're done with answering, let's continue with the next one. Okay, good luck, and you can start now. Okay, so hopefully you are done with answering learning task number 1, and Groot here is very happy for you guys. Now let's continue with learning task number 2. For learning task number 2, the diagram shows both the food chain and food web in estuaries. Now, what is the difference between a food chain and a food web? A food chain is a series of transfer of energy. Like for example, an algae can be eaten by a small fish, and the small fish may be eaten by a carnivorous fish. Okay, and a food web is composed of different food chains. Okay, is it clear? Now, my question is, what do you think are the activities that may negatively affect the process of energy transfer? Okay, you can refer to your answer in learning task 1 so that you can answer this learning task 2, or you can also use your own answer. Okay, now again, while answering, you can press the pause button so while you're answering, and we'll just wait for you here. Groot and I will just wait for you here while you're answering. You can start now. Okay, wow, good job. You're done with answering learning task number 2. So now, let us start with learning task number 3. For learning task number 3, you are going to watch the video entitled Ang Epekto ng mga Proyektong Tambakan sa Kalikasan. This is from Rappler.com. Okay, now let me give you a short introduction before watching the video. Okay, so ano nga ba ang pagtatambak o reclamation? Bakit ito maaaring tutulan ng mga siyentipiko at mga tagapagbantay ng kalikasan? Or mariing pala, sorry. Itinatayang nakatutulong sa pag-unlad ng ekonomiya at ng bansa ang mga reclamation projects. Ngunit, meron itong mga kaakibat na kapalit. Panoorin natin ang animation explainer upang mas maintindihan ang mga posible at magkakaugnay na panganib na dulot ng reclamation sa ating mga komunidad at kapaligiran. Okay, so before you watch the video, let me remind you that, of course, first one, you have to focus while you're watching the video. Try to understand it while you're watching. So please focus, please listen and watch carefully. And then second one, you can list down or jot down important parts of the video so that you can also review it. Okay? So are you ready to watch the video? Okay, so let's watch the video.
Tabing dagat ang tahanan nila. Pangingisda ang hanap buhay. Sariwa ang pagkain. Malinis ang hangin. Kaisa ang komunidad. Pero, balang araw ba'y aabutin din sila ng mga proyektong tambakan o reclamation? Bakit nga ba kailangang tambakan ng lupa ang mga anyong tubig kung nagdudulot ito ng panganib sa buhay ng mga tao at sa kalikasan? Isinusulong ang mga proyektong tambakan upang makapagpatayo ng mga mall, kondo o iba pang pook aliwan. Lumilikha raw ito ng dagdag trabaho na nagpapasigla ng ekonomiya. Ngunit agad-agad nakikita ng mga taga-coastal ang kaakibat na dagok nito. Nasisira ang tahanan ng mga ibon, yamang dagat, puno't halaman. Ito ang biodiversity at ito ang daluyan ng buhay ng maraming bagay sa kalikasan. Ito rin ang tirahan ng mga mangingisda, kanilang kabuhayan, pinagkukunan ng ulam sa hapagkainan at proteksyon sa sakunat kalamidad. Dahil dito, tinututulan ng mga siyentipiko at tagapagbantay ng kalikasan ang mga proyektong tambakan. Ayon sa kanila, pinapalala ng reclamation ang mga krisis o kalamidad na maaaring tumama sa isang lugar. Isang peligro nito ang marahang paglubog ng lupa o land subsidence na nangyayari na sa Metro Manila taon-taon. Dahil dito, lalong nagiging mapanganib ang mga bagyo at storm surges. Kasabay ng pagtaas ng tubig dagat dahil sa matinding pag-init ng panahon o global warming, palulubhain din ito ang pagbabaha, lalo na sa mga kalapitbayan ng mga tinambakan. Kasalukuyang nararanasan ng ilang bahagi ng Metro Manila, katulad ng syudad ng Malabon, Navotas at munisipalidad ng Obando sa Bulacan, ang ganitong pagbabaha kahit walang bagyo. Kapag lumindol at nauga ang artipisyal na lupa, maaari itong bumigay. Tinatawag itong liquefaction, kung saan ito'y maaaring magdulot ng pagkaguho ng mga infrastruktura na posibleng makasakit o ikamatay ng mga tao. Habang nagbibigay buhay ang kalikasan, maaari din itong maghatid ng kapahamakan. Ito ang tahanan ng mga mangingisda at tahanan nating lahat. Huwag nating kalimutan na magkakawing ang buhay natin at ang kapaligiran.
Good job! So, you're done with watching the video and hopefully you learned something from the video. You learned about reclamation, okay? And why it is not good for the environment. Now, let's look at the picture right here, okay? Now, if you remember, this is actually one of the first photo that I showed you earlier in in this video. Okay, now this is Manila Bay. Okay, Manila Bay is a combination of estuaries and intertidal zones. This photo was taken last June 2018. And based from your answer earlier, you said that this photo shows that the place is not clean. That's correct. It's very dirty. It's very polluted. There are a lot of trash, plastic, and a lot of things that you can see here. And if you were in that place, I don't think that you would like to go swimming with those kids, right? Because it is very dirty. It's very unsafe. Okay. Now, what do you think can you do, or what can you do to help Manila Bay, or to be able to help save and protect the estuaries and intertidal zones? That is our learning task number 4. Okay, so for learning task number 4, now that you know the importance of estuaries and intertidal zones, as a student, you can do your part in protecting and conserving them. To show your support to the program entitled Save Manila Bay, in a bond paper, make a poster indicating your proposed actions in cooperation and collaboration with your classmate. Okay, so take note, this is a proposed action or proposed actions. Okay, so these are some actions that you would do if the situation is safer, if the situation is already allowing us to go out and you know, save the estuaries and intertidal zones. Okay, so what are the things that you can do? So you can refer to the pictures here. You can see there are students who are having cleanup drives. Okay, so those are one of the things that you can do to help conserve and protect the estuaries and intertidal zone. Okay, so you can also think of another proposal or proposed action. You just gather some ideas. You can also research and then make your poster. Of course, while you're making your poster, we have to follow the rubrics. So what is your rubrics in making the poster? Rubrics for making or for posting or making, you have to focus on these 4 skills. First one is the use of time. Second one is the picture and graphics. Third one is the visual clarity and appeal. And the last one is the content. Okay, so if you want to get 4 points, and that is the highest score, for the use of time, you have to use your time to work productively and efficiently. Or if you want to get 3 points, or you have to use most of your time to work productively and efficiently. 2 points if you used most of your time to work productively and effectively, and 1 point if you didn't use your time productively and efficiently. For pictures and graphic, 4 points if the picture and graphics are clear and relevant. 3 points if most of the pictures are clear and relevant. 2 points, few of the pictures and graphics are clear and relevant. And 1 point if the picture and graphics did not or is not clear and relevant. Okay, for visual clarity and appeal, 4 points if you have an excellent design and layout, and it is neat and easy to understand the content. Okay, so if just by looking at the poster I can already understand your message, then you will get a 4 points. 3 points if it has a nice design and layout, and it is neat and easy to understand the content. 2 points, the poster needs improvement in design and layout. And 1 point, the poster needs significant improvement in design and layout. For the content, you will get 4 points if the poster had an excellent content. 3 points if the poster had very good content. 2 points the poster had good content. And 1 point if the poster needs to have better content. Okay? So, good luck. Please refer to the rubrics while you're making the poster. Okay? You can ask the help of your parents or your brothers or your sisters in making the poster. But gentle reminder, kids, you also have to do your part. You cannot ask your parents or your guardians, your brothers or your sisters to do the poster for you. You can collaborate. You can help each other in making the poster, but you have to do it. Okay, you have to do something also, not just watch someone do the poster for you. Okay, why? Because you will not learn if you are not the one who did the poster. Okay, please, kids, do this poster with the help of your parents or your brothers and sisters, or you can also do it by yourself. Okay, the main thing is you have to enjoy while doing the poster. Okay, so you can uh, learn, or you can use the video that you watched earlier to get some ideas for the poster. You can also use the pictures that I've shown you, or you can also do some research of your own to come up with a great poster. Okay, it's all up to you. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed our lesson for today, and that's it for today, guys. That's it for today, kids. Okay, so I will end my lesson with this picture, okay, or this graphic. Protecting the earth is about protecting us all. Okay, so we have to protect the earth because we only have one earth. Okay, and we are all in this together. Okay, so as a student, you can do your part in helping our environment. Okay, so that you can have a better future and a beautiful environment. So that's all for today, kids. I hope you have learned a lot for today. I enjoyed our time together, and group also enjoyed our time together. And hopefully we see each other again next time, through messenger or face to face. We don't know, but that's all. And see you again next time. Bye. Take care.